Stage 1 SRI exercise is all about finding pieces of yourself that you may have been disconnected from for a while. And this is a relatively simple exercise, one that you can do every single day. It's powerful. And so as you go through this exercise, I want you to follow a very simple rule, a 3-3-3 rule. In this exercise, you're going to focus on 3 key areas along the body. Position 1 is right at the top, just below the collarbone. Position 2 is where the ribs come together. Position 3 is at your belly button. And in these 3 areas, you're going to give 3 deep breaths into each one. And you're going to do this for 3 rounds. So I'll demonstrate what that's going to look for, how that's going to look for you. So Amy, go ahead and place both of your palms at the top of your chest. And it's really important, notice her hand position here, her palms are actually touching. Sometimes people want to do their fingers, but I want your palms fully engaged, fully crossed, just so that you can be more aware of what's happening right here. So as she breathes in your nose, so breathe in your nose and out her mouth, observe how all of her breath is going specifically to this place. Sometimes it's easy as you're trying to breathe into one area, perhaps another area is lifting with breath. Here, we want to try to restrict the only movement in breath to go up to where your palms are. So go ahead and give another breath in your nose and out your mouth. And notice here at the top of the chest is going to rise toward her chin. Perfect. One more. And out your mouth. Good. Position 2 is where the ribs come together. So Amy, if you could, place your hands in position 2. And again, really focusing on only allowing the breath to come here. Breathe in your nose. Out your mouth. Good. Again, and watch the movement here. It's not at her chest, it's not at her stomach, it's right here. Only her palms are lifting, right where the ribs come together. Good. And then lastly, position 3, palm over palm at the belly button. And here the belly is going to rise straight up as she breathes in her nose, out her mouth. Notice the chest and the ribs are still. She's only breathing through her belly button. And with this exercise, again, you're going to breathe into each 3 of these places for 3 breaths, doing this for 3 rounds. And that's part 1 of stage 1. As instructed by your doctor, you can begin to move on to part 2 of stage 1, which looks like this. Find the area of greatest ease of connection. So for example, say that Amy's chest was the easiest place to breathe into. It was the area that got the most movement, the most breath, the most connection. You're going to take 3 breaths into that area. Deep, stretching breaths. In your nose and out your mouth. Good. In your nose, out your mouth. Last one. And so after the 3rd breath, you're going to move your hands to the areas of greatest tension or greatest disconnection. So say that was here at position 2. Take 1 deep breath into position 1, trying to recreate the sensation you felt with your first breath. Good. Now come back to the area of ease in position 1. 3 breaths. And again, you're going to breathe 3 times into the area of greatest connection. You're going to breathe 1 time into the area of greatest tension or greatest disconnection. The area that's in between, disregard that area for now. We may come back to it later, or it may change from time to time. So every time you do this exercise, be sure to check in into the 3 spots, position 1, position 2, position 3, And don't just assume that what was hard the day before is going to be the difficult one that day as well.